Yeah, I think I'm increasingly concerned about the impact, particularly of travel for conferences and seminars and talks. I'm in a discipline where travel is incredibly important to who we are as anthropologists, and yet I think there's a lot of travel that is unnecessary, that is done without thinking, and in the context of global climate change, where academics are some of the biggest emitters when you look at climate change on a global scale. I think we have to look carefully at our own activities, our own practices, and really think, what are we doing?
But also because it is something that a lot of other people don't do worldwide, and actually the percentage of people that fly is not that large, and there has to be some sort of change, I think, structural change over the coming decades, essentially, in order to reduce the impact of flying on the climate.
I couldn't ignore that I have a whole set of cultural beliefs about the value of being cosmopolitan and travelling the world that was contributing to this climate crisis. So I made a decision in Frankfurt Airport, in between two connecting flights, to make a public statement that I wasn't going to fly till December 2020, and I'm in the middle of that period now.
A couple of years ago, I attended a conference in Colombia for about 3 days and decided at that point in time when I came back that I would not be doing that again in the foreseeable future. And since then I've tried to attend conferences that are within distance where I can go by train. And so I went to Rome, as well as lots of meetings in sort of Brussels and France and around the UK. It's going to be interesting when something comes up that's further away. I don't quite know what I'll do yet, but I'm sort of trying to almost just take it at the moment, a month or a couple of months at a time, to see how I can keep my impact as low as possible.
There's many ways other than actually physically travelling where we can get good discussions, good decisions and good collaborations formed. Instead of saying yes to all invitations, saying yes, but I would prefer to send a pre-recorded talk. And I do that for keynotes, for invited presentations. Nearly everyone has said yes. I've had 2 rejections, one from a national society in the United States and one from an organisation in Singapore. But other than that, especially when I've said it's because of the climate emergency, people are very sympathetic. The other thing is that I think we can begin to be more innovative about how we think about organising conferences. So a conference that I'm involved with, the European Health Psychology Society, we have mooted the idea of alternating a face-to-face conference in Europe with one which will be a virtual conference. However, it'll be virtual across Europe, but it will include regional meetings. So people will travel locally and have their own small meetings, but then also be part of a European-wide conference. And those small regional meetings could actually have the benefit of being able to invite stakeholders, local stakeholders, potential collaborators who wouldn't otherwise be coming to the conference. So I think there's ways in which we can take this as an opportunity for new ideas and new ways of working.
Scientists travel a lot. They go to conferences to talk about their work. They travel to discussion panels, they travel to grand panels, scientific advisory boards, etc. So while some of this traveling is necessary, there's no doubt that it is excessive and thus must be reduced. However, when it is necessary, when you really have to travel, it needs to be offset. So in October last year, I launched a foundation which aims to encourage scientists to, and everyone else to offset their carbon emissions by planting native trees. It increases biodiversity, it fosters and nurtures healthy ecosystems. And this is in contrast to another type of reforestation that's going on, which is the monoculture plantations like conifer. And that really does the opposite. So it's really important to us that it should be native reforestation.